And good moments to everyone. This is Dan Lutz. I'm here on WWG1 WGA Frontlines. This is another broadcast on the Sunday for me, July 28th, 2019. Simulcasting on two sides here. So please, if you're looking to ask questions, I have two cameras going. I labeled it Camera1 and Camera2. Camera 1 is this side. The name of this particular episode is Qanon Updates, Ilhan Omar C_A Clowns. And this is Camera 2, same name, but Camera 2. So Camera 1 is where I will be sharing my screen, which is just Camera 2. But simulcasting on two channels. Channel 2 is Dan Lutz channel. Channel 1 is WWG1 WGA.love Frontlines channel on YouTube. So little confusing trying to get this all up and running and get it more smooth, but we'll get there. Naming things Camera 1 and Camera 2, that helps out a little bit. And we're going to go over some Q posts, and we're also going to go over the Blaze TV, Glenn Beck, going over Ilhan Omar and her marriages. Now, we had talked about this a while back and went over with Glenn because Glenn was kind of laying out, but Glenn's done some more research. I highly encourage everyone that can join Glenn Beck's The Blaze TV. And it's a monthly or yearly subscription. Well worth it, considering what it costs to go out for dinner. Supporting Glenn is, I think, very good. Supporting me is also very good. I'll take a lunch. If you'd like to buy me lunch, please go ahead and go to WWG1WGA.love and subscribe. Monthly $1.11, yearly is $99.99. There's also monthly for $8.88 if you'd like to continue more. My goal there is to get up enough people coming in there monthly. If I get thousands of people, and on our broadcasts, we've gotten to where we've had thousands of people looking. But if we get thousands of people contributing there, then I can use that to build. Like Glenn Beck, right? He built a whole channel, platform, a place where shows come out and they grow. Alex Jones, another show, another expanded into a platform. So the deplatforming that happened against Alex Jones, they're attempting against all unlike-minded. They are only of one mind. If you're not in the hive mind, you're out. There's some things I'd like to discuss about why I called this, Ilhan Omar C_A clown. There's not been anything that's really come out that has said there's no research, but this is the feeling I'm getting, right? And it's building up, and it's the same as Obama. I mean, the template on her is like the template on Obama. And on the template on Obama, it's really, he came out of nowhere. Everything was made up about him. Whether he was a citizen or not, we don't know. He could be, he couldn't be. I don't think he is. I don't think he was from Africa. I think he was from Indonesia. See pictures of his father, who was the head of a sun cult, Asia, sun worshippers. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Kind of fitting in with lines of the bloodline families and the Anunnaki, that type of reptilian side of the DNA. So if she also is following this this sun bloodline, I do not know. But what I do think is happening here is one of the things that Obama was to do in a 16-year plan to destroy America. It was much longer than that, but that's a lot of people put that out there. That was the wrap-up smear of the Obama and Clinton, where Obama did the first 8 years and then to finish us off the last 8 years. And that would have been the end. But part of destroying America is not just about economics. No, it had to be done spiritually. It had to be done against our traditions. Part of those traditions were our founding fathers. So every founding father was made into an evil guy because he owned slaves, right? But even though they were the ones responsible for freeing the slaves, right? Or the concept of freeing the slaves worldwide spread from America. And heard the latest about Betsy Ross, right? And the shoes on Nike shoes, and they had to remove it because it was a racist symbol. It's farthest thing from the truth. She was an abolitionist. She was against abolishing slavery. She would be one of the champions. Yeah. But to go against our founding fathers and other principles. Some of those principles would be about, say, one man, one woman marriage. Well, a man and a woman marriage. So, looking at what is going on with Ilhan Omar, it's very odd. I mean, we're going to go over this. Glenn actually, does a timeline and some graphics. He even made an animated video, which he said he spent $2,500 worth. I would have done a much better job if he gave me $2,500. I'll tell you. But it was. Well, we'll go ahead and take a look. I was going to skip by it, but it's okay. We'll it's not that long. And it was based upon the old sitcom. It was they were doing All in the Family, but then they said, well, let's do a parody of Three's Company, right? And so they did something along those lines. But anyway, following through with other things like the legalization of 12 perversions that came out under Obama with Eric Holder revealing that to Lindsey Graham. So these 12 perversions. I don't know what the 12 are. I can probably guess at 3 of them, really. So, but the overall idea of actually continuing to dismantle everything that was about America, right? Because the truth is that America was set up for freedom, right? It was set up by people that believed in moving away from what the monarchies, right, to give people a voice. Now, I don't know if there is some underhanded plan as part of setting up America with the Masons, but I know some Masons. None of them are evil. Are there evil Masons? I'm 100% sure there are. Are there secret? At the when you get to the 32nd degree, that's when you find out, oh, we really do have a 33rd degree. Shh. It just seems like another control system, right, that are based in secrecy and things of that. But these ideas about freedom and everything need to be stomped out for this worldwide system to take hold, right? I always wondered when I was young, it's like, well, we had 50 states. Why did we stop? Why did Puerto Rico not move forward? We got it in Hawaii. All right, but why was this whole concept? Why didn't it extend into, say, Canada and Mexico or anywhere else in the world, becoming part of states of freedom around the world? It conceptually, an idea of bringing people together. If you recognize what the original intent was, is each state is a separate country. In reality, they're separate countries working together. It is really the first United Nations. you want to look at it that way. So each one with their own set of rules, and then they have a common over rules there. But the state was to be supreme. Is the state supreme now? No. It was changed. Part of that was eliminating representation of the people, which they did by restricting how many representatives there are. I was very muted. People still feel like I'm a representative of the people. I'm elected by the people. But that's also very difficult to represent millions of people, right? And the original constitutional setup was 50,000 people for one representative. So if a state had 50,000 people, one representative. If they had times 10 of that, they had 10 representatives. If they had times 1,000, no, they stopped that. Because they stopped it when they got up into the 500. Say, oh, we can't all fit in the same building. They can't be effective. Well, that's part of it. Also, senators were not elected by the people. They were appointed by the governors of those states. They were the state representatives of the government. The government. That makes more sense than what we have now. We should literally go back to the original. And you know what? In a modification, I would actually change it from 50,000 people to 5,000 people or 10,000 people. Because literally, you get better representation when you have a smaller group that you literally, as a representative, could meet with 10,000 people. You could meet with 50,000 people together, right? And then represent them. When you start getting to hundreds of thousands, it gets more difficult. You get separated from the grassroots problems, right? All right. So anyway, we're getting a little bit off track here, but I think you get the picture. So why I'm saying that Ilhan Omar is a clown is just the same reason I think Obama was a clown. And there's a purpose. These people were put into place. Now, again, I don't know if she was raised for this, but consider this. She comes from a family that was in the government of Somalia, a communist government. They're power brokers, right, for that area. And what are they into over there now? Just piracy. They've gone from communism to piracy, anarchy and piracy. So this is the model for the world, right? So then they can come in with the one world order and subdue everyone because everything is such a horrible state. All right, so well, I tell you what. Why don't we go to Qanon update afterwards? We'll go first into the Ilhan Omar first and her marriages and what's going on there. Talk about that. Then we'll get into the Qanon updates. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen over on Camera1, not on Camera2. Camera1. Subscribe here and subscribe there. 2 channels. Original channel, Camera2. A new channel. Where we go one, we go all.love. Please subscribe on both. The link is in the chat area of Camera2. So if you want to come over to the channel, click on the link. I just put it in the chat area. It'll take us over to Camera2 and Camera1, and then you'll be able to see what I'm showing on the screen. Okay, so let me share my screen over here. Again, this is again from Blaze TV, Ilhan Beck. Now this is this was created on the 27th of July, 2019. Again, please subscribe. I'm subscribed to Ilhan Beck. Oh, I don't have. I'm sure I had notifications on before. Why is that turned off? YouTube, very bad. Bad, YouTube, bad. Gotta get a hold of this sometime. All right, so let's get started. You might be my bro.
This is the timeline. I want you to know that what I'm showing you is the timeline according to Ilhan Omar. She has an amazing parentage. This is how she tried to explain it. Now, Omar is not answering questions that keep coming up about her tax fraud, etc. So far, what face, if any, for the tax law violation? The first one is sleep. The wildest, weirdest claim that has plagued Omar since she entered politics is that her second husband, Elton, actually her biological father. Let me show you the list. This is her husband. It's a faith marriage, so I'm not sure the man's in that. But it's a faith marriage, interfaith tradition, which of course is Muslim. So broken vows in the faith marriage in
2002. 2 kids.
Yes. The home that they had built together. Now,
6 years later.
I don't know how to get it. I don't know. What? 6 months later, 2009, it's marriage bells again. This time she has a legal problem. It's fake marriage too. But this time it's not his problem. It's hers. Here's a sticker. See her. Do the ceremony, even though her husband, her, and her ex-husband are all Muslim. It's not weird.
Not very well.
Plus, they hug her at college at North State University. Now, you might ask yourself, yes, where was their love? Well, my guess is really kind of here's the documentation, by the way, of the second marriage here. You have to go through their specifically. Well, and here the document from the university showing that her and her new husband, Ilhan, went to schools together. But they lived, and they lived in this house while Percy was living there, and the 2 kids. So this isn't going to screw you up at all. He's just married a new man. We're going to live with Gabby's Ilhan's faith partner, along with Mom's legal partner, and the 2 kids. We're going to see.
Don't worry
By
about
the way, here's the documentation. He's living in this house. Percy also lives in this house. So they're all living together. And there's also 25 or 26 citations. Either one of them. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, officer. By the way. So it's like Three's Company. And also, so they're here. When they go to college, 2011, they graduate. It's like so sad about this. The same year they graduate, she separates from Elton. It's another sad thing. These are tough years. College years. So they were doing this. It Christians, so they were probably partying like crazy at the club street. So they had to separate. So they separated at the same time they graduated from school. But here's what's crazy. Just a month later, she falls in love again. Now, I'm not sure. Also, person, I don't know. We don't know where. They'll get separated. Not living. So, a month after she separates, not divorces, separates, she has another. So, the person, I don't know what happened. It's more or less a Christian back. So she comes back and she has another faith remarriage in 2012. In fact, it's going so well that in 2014 she's filing her taxes from this house, claiming that Mercy, the first husband, is her legal husband, even though her other second husband, is actually the one she's legally married to, and they're just separated. Time. So, all for kids. Because at this time she has 3. They had 2 children back here. Now we have 5. No, I'm sorry. He's still in there. 6 coming. So, alright. Now here's the problem. She files the taxes. Her faith husband. She probably realized fake tax return. So, in 2014, 2015, she wasn't concentrating that much on what was happening with her taxes. Because that same year, she went to London. Photos. Here she is. Oh my gosh. She is.
Both husbands.
Separated husband.
I think that's him in the other photo, right?
Her separation, separated husband. My probably one of the sorry. Just know we have pictures of them together in London. It's kind of a problem. Because after she went to the house, she was home. And he was not filing for divorce. She says over and over again, I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him since we were in college.
At least one point, she was in school, and the house is in North Dakota, but she's in the government of Minnesota. Damn.
That's true. So now she legally divorces her person. Such a good fashion couple.
Back to the original guy.
So she leaves the house right after she let's say 2019, from State Court, appeals her for campaign finance violations. So the state of Minnesota, wow, get her for all these violations. And the stars reveal terms. A lot of this, but they can't confirm, which we're going to show you, things they can't confirm, this is her time. The things they can't confirm, like the picture of the brother, exactly the brother,
All right. Okay, could you follow that? I'm still scratching my head, but there's obviously some things that went on there that are illegal, on some of the taxes being one of them. Who is she actually married to or not married to? What's legal, not legal? You know, so is she? But with all of that confusion, let's just say it was part of the plan to have the confusion there. Why? To confuse everything. Looking back at Obama, is he a citizen or not citizen? So we question our Constitution. You have to be a natural born American citizen to be the president. Question that, right? So everything about questioning the structure and foundation of it. So we're being attacked with these other entries into the system that are kind of not quite what it's supposed to be, and we can't quite tell. Bringing up questions. It's the attack. Ilhan Omar's position or not, whether she was or wasn't, who are the kids by, or the kids come from the brother, or was it not really that way? It's not incestuous. It's just done for tactics, for immigration purposes. It doesn't matter. It's about causing the confusion to weaken the structure of America. That's what this is about. It has nothing really, in my mind, to do with anything other than that. All of the media has clowns in place. They're all get their 3 a.m. talking points, 4 a.m. talking points. I heard someone say that 4 a.m. talking points. Whatever time of the wee hours of the morning that these talking points come in, and they all repeat it the next day. They are basically controlled. Someone's writing the script. Part of this scripting is scripting in a president who would also maybe is gay, and you hide that the entire presidency. That his wife, Michelle, is a guy, right? And so again, confusion. All about confusion. All about weakening what it is about America. To just take a little hammer and chip away at the foundation. So that's what I think this is now. It was Ilhan Omar, a clown from the very beginning. C_A asset, I do not know. But she is playing a part. Whether it was a Craigslist ad that got her into politics, which, she went right in, boom, right? Was she handpicked right from college and put into that position? And given her talking points, gets her 3 a.m. talking points of what she's supposed to do the next day? I don't know. But something is obviously driving 4 of them, the squad, together, right? And that is really what I'm talking about here. That she is a controlled operation. The 4 of them. We're just focused on her for that moment. Each one of them is if we look into it, probably was positioned. Look at I forget her name, the one that's a Palestinian background, but she was thrown out of a Trump rally for being violent and screaming, right? Like a crazy person, Trump said. Would you then select her to run into Congress? Would that be the preference? Would that be the thing to do? Right? If you're looking for someone to cause controversy, is it a respectable position to be in Congress? Yes. So do you take people that you can't respect and put them in there to chip away at the foundations of America? I think so. I think that's what this is all about. So I do have the Glenn Beck that continuing on there in the background with it muted. Sorry. Let's not try to do that. But I'm going to see if I can line up for camera 2 to see better. But so that's what I think that this is really about. Taking those people, putting them in place to cause the confusion. Now, I don't think that they were originally meant to be in this spotlight the way Trump put them there. I don't think so. I think that they were meant to bring out the Green New Deal, to slip it in, and then they would, talk from the background until after the next election cycle, then come out full force. The plan continuing as it was supposed to if Hillary was in place. Same people to be there, same rhetoric, right? Same Green New Deal, all to destroy the United States, destroy America, destroy freedom. So we can look at the individual circumstances for each of them, whether AOC's answering a Craigslist ad to get in. And I really don't know the story about how the others got into it or what, but they're obviously meant to bring up these pseudo issues that are not really issues. I was brought up in Pennsylvania and California. Most of my life I saw two sides of America, and I traveled extensively. It's not a racist. Is there racism? Of course there is. There's racism everywhere I've been in India. I said Indians were the most racist because they were racist against their caste system, the different castes that you were in. There was colors associated with those as well. But I thought it was pretty ridiculous, across the board. And to go in as representing that America is the most racist country, and now there's to be fearful of the white man. I think I didn't even know this until Thomas Williams brought this up on his program on his Rough from Russia with Love, is that the white race is declining across the world. Right? It's actually dropped like 25% in the last couple decades. I think since World War II, I guess. I don't know the exact number, but I thought that was alarming, right? So, but you can't speak up as a white man or woman. Maybe you can speak up as a woman, but that's still okay. I don't know. Got to check the PC handbook. But you can't even speak up and say that. Otherwise, you're a white supremacist. Even though your race is declining. Let's say there's only 2 left. What do you do then? Did you say anything? I think we're almost gone here. Can we reproduce? No. But that's racism. That's racist for saying that. So you can see the insanity of this. But bringing up racism and misogyny and white supremacy or homophobia. I'm not homophobic. The whole concept of homophobia is again one of those battering rams that they use. I've had gay friends, since high school. I used to love to go to the dance clubs with my gay friends. It just was, a fun thing to do, go dancing. I went dance also to a lot of the black neighborhoods and go dancing. And we had a dance troupe, right? It didn't make me black, and going to the homosexual or gay clubs didn't make me gay. So, these. I don't think that America is in that place. In fact, I think we pretty much have moved past all of that. But why are they bringing it up? Why are they using it as a battering ram? Right, on all these issues against us. It's right to cause us confusion, to raise questions, and we don't know what to do, don't know which way to turn. So when they provide the answer, one gender, no free thought, no free will. Well, that's where we're at, right? We can't choose anymore. Well, let's go check out our Qanon. I use qmap.pub as where I reference things. It's been reliable from the very beginning. You left where we left them off. Oh, Q is on it again. Let's see where do we move out? Yeah, Dan Coates. Yeah, we were there. All right, let's. I found it. Share my screen again. I'm sharing my screen on camera 1 on the WWG1 WGA channel. Link is in the chat, super chat area of channel 2. I put the link, first thing I put there. Come over here. Please subscribe when you get here. Share my screen. Then, oops. Sidebar issue. Okay. So where we left off was with interesting, this leaked already, 2791. So we'll go on. That was 3512. We'll go on to 3513. Dan Coates gone next week. Solomon on Hannity. Next week, changing DNI. Coates gone. We had this one yesterday. Durham News. So that was just a post by Q. Now we'll go on. 3514. Video of Obama talking about his Kenyan roots. First sitting American president to come from Kenya. And again, I still think he didn't come from Kenya. I think he came from Indonesia. So that's again another layer to this. So it goes on. There's a link. We'll go to that after I read through this. Okay, one or both of his parents fluent in Russian. Is Russian common language to learn? That's Obama. Farms develop necessary unique skill sets in order to produce results. Stay away. Let's take a look. When has the president ever been wrong? Kenya will soon be home.
Presidents come from Kenya. Visit Kenya as the first sitting president come from Kenya.
It's true, I'm not American. I was not born in Hawaii.
I'm shocked that a question like that would come up when we got so many other things to do. I'm not that shocked. It's been like we've got other business to attend to. I was pretty confident about I think most people were as well.
Where was it?
Presidential election. Much more serious. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It makes all of us who are Obamas or claim to be Obamas extraordinarily proud. Now, 3 years ago, I visited Kenya as the first city
Okay. We don't need to watch that again, but we get the point. But again, if you, but I'll find the information about why he's from Indonesia, and you take a look why. So I'll give you some of the points about the sun cult. A lot of this we were talking about the deities of worship using the same names around the different names for the same god around the world. The gods, so it's not the source, but whether it's Anunnaki or some other type of race and genetic engineering and all the rest of that. So, the sun worship is consistent, and that also there are bloodlines that are following it. So, as I said, in Indonesia, I don't know if this particular set of sun worship, how that relates with, say, Islam, which is the prevalent religion in Indonesia. But that leader, if you put his photo right next to Obama, you would say it's no doubt. In fact, they're so close, you would say it's the same person. That's how close they look. Me also spending a lot of time in India. My first marriage was an Indian woman for 18 years. I spent a lot of time in India. I've been spending a lot of time throughout Asia. I'm in the Philippines now. Dealt with people throughout. And if I saw Obama without knowing any of the history, but I just met him, I would think he would be from Indonesia, Malaysia, maybe even Papua New Guinea, maybe even Fiji. So anyway, well, let's continue on. I'll find out more about this, see if I can get that old information about other father of Barack. Oh, a little side note for that other religion, one of the devotees ended up being in charge of birth certificates in Hawaii. Went from Indonesia to Hawaii, living there, became the one in charge of birth certificates in Hawaii. Very strange, right? Who can organize that? Maybe some clowns? I think so. All right, let us continue. So again, it's interesting. This link that we just saw was all about Obama and saying he was from Kenya, but in this Q post, he's saying one or both parents fluent in Russian. Is Russian common in language? What's that to do with Obama? Right? This some new information coming from Q. Farms develop necessary unique skill sets in order to produce results. Stay awake. So, Obama may be Russian. We never know. Let's see where this goes. Another rabbit hole. That one goes off into the 12th dimension. Right. So, next post, 3515, a redrop of why did Obama call himself a renegade? This was not from too long ago. So, April 25th, 2019. Q post 3325. Why would President of the United States, Hussein, assign renegade as his Secret Service code name? Define renegade. Noun, a person who deserts and betrays an organization, country, or set of principles. Synonymous, traitor, defector, deserter, turncoat, betrayer, as an adjective, renegade. Having treacherous change of alliance. There we go. Well, I think that says it all. All right, let's go on to 3516. Suspicious death of Loretta Huddy, the one who verified Obama's birth certificate. Are we going to get into what I was just talking about? Yeah. Let's turn on the spin cycle here and let's take some spins around. All right, so this is referencing an older Q post, Loretta Huddy plane crash death and Obama birth certificate cover-up. That was from May 20th, 2018. Then there was a link here, so I don't think we can Click on that, no. It was just a photo. Let's move on. 3517. POTUS called out Loretta Fuddy's suspicious death back in 2013. Back in 2013, Trump is pointing out things, right? You just think about that. So this is from Donald Trump, December 12th, 2013. How amazing. The state health director who verified copies of Obama's birth certificate died in a plane crash today. All others lived. That's interesting in itself, isn't it? So Trump was up on what was going on, wasn't he? Makes you think that maybe he has been there as part of a plan for a while, but that goes to the Patriot plan, you might go. And I started calling it the Tesla plan to save the world. We'll get into that if you want. But it was a common question period. All right, we'll go to 3518. How did Loretta Fuddy die from such low impact crash and very calm exit? Photos called out. So here's a link, and it asks ask yourself a simple cue. How did someone die from this type of accident? Severity of impact, low. You believe in coincidences? No, it's mathematically impossible, right? What we're learning here in all of these things. So caught on tape. Let's take a look.
Extraordinary footage inside the plane crash. This one show you is the plane camera it was shot on. It's called a GoPro camera, and it's a remarkable video. Those passengers don't know it yet, but they are seconds in experiencing the worst fear of every air travel. Suddenly,
That's not quite spiraling, was it? Okay, well that didn't look like such a bad impact, right? They're in the water. Don't get life jacket there. You know, it was definitely traumatic, right? Everyone is upset, but how does she end up dying from that? Yeah, obviously that something strange happened. How did she end up dead? Let's move on. 3519. Welcome to the Awakening. Welcome to the Awakening. Well, this is from July 28th, 2019, at 12:49 a.m. Welcome to the Awakening. Free information, power back to the people. With knowledge comes power. So this is a quote. The control of information is something the elite always does, particularly in the despot form of government. Information knowledge is power. If you can control information, you control the people. Tom Clanley. That is true, so we need to know, but watch out for the information. This is our channel. Okay, next Q post, 3520. Google redefined the word patriot. Google's patriot synonyms: nationalist, loyalist, isolationist, or xenophobe. Google. All right. Webster's Dictionary says patriot definition: one who loves and supports his or her country. Can you see? Well, the question is: Google a patriot? No, they're not a patriot. They're controlling the people. Again, we're talking about the same information. Control the definition of words is information. What the word of something means. What does conservative mean? What does liberal mean? These are words that are being used as weapons against us. Again, ignoring the what the actual issues are. Okay, post 3521, Devin Nunes, corn ready to be cut out. Oh, con. Who's the size of this? Yes, I still need those reading glasses. All right, so there's a Twitter link and it says farm produce 5x5. So is this link? Corn ready to be cut out from Devin Nunes. So I think we're getting ready for something. I think that's what we're talking about here. I don't know who's the corn, but they're going to be cut out. That must be a local colloquialism from wherever Devin is, but we'll get to know what that means. The next post, 3522 from July 28th, 2:01 a.m. So it's a video, and look, when we go one, we go all Q. 4-minute video. Oh, yes. New subscriber, Gerald Cap.
This mission, this responsibility for preserving the peace, which I believe is a responsibility peculiar to our country. We cannot shirk our responsibility as a leader of the free world because we're the only one that can do it. Therefore, the work of maintaining peace falls on us. And to maintain that peace requires some strength. Americans never got into the war because we were too strong. Set aside in an uncommon way. We arrive at places where God especially on the field for peace. It's not fun. It's just a
Reagan was the first president I could ever vote for when I was 18. This deserves a retweet. What do you think? Spread this one around. Hoorah!
No words to express the extraordinary strength of character. Read the people of America. They're concerned, yes, not right. But hysterical, not dismayed. They are the kind of men and women found being commanded by growing during the darkest days of the revolution. Have it in our own.
There we go. Great American, great patriot, a real patriot. Thank you. Reagan was my favorite president until Trump. All right, go on to 3523. POTUS floats Barack Obama's investigation. Let's look into his book. Remember, they're only going to get into Trump's financing, right? They're still beating that drum. We see your taxes. We want to see everything because they're looking. They need something. How he did business in New York and remained clean through this entire process of his business career, even getting into the gambling, he remained clean. As I think he was, as part of Tesla's plan, but that's a whole other story, right? So what is this? What does this say? So imagine what would happen if, by law, every U.S. congressman, woman, U.S. senator, president was, by U.S. law, audited every 1 to 2 years by independent agency. Imagine what would happen if those audits extended to all family members, such as elected officials, such as Biden's sons. Would the D's continue to push for foreign aid to other countries versus the homeland? What happens when kickbacks dry up? So when we know what's going on. Maxine Waters, $4 million home. Nancy Pelosi, net worth $150 million. Joe Biden's son and brother, net worth tens of millions. Clinton family, $200 million pre-election. Bill Clinton, less than $1 million. Right? Obama family, 40 plus million. Pre-election, less than $1 million. This guy's under book deals. It's a lot of books. Those who take are offered more powerful positions within the party control. Right. So if you're on the take, you get more. If you go down the line so where you can get blackmailed to worse and worse things, you get more. That is the system. Drain the swamp worldwide. Back here. So what was this now refers to a Twitter link about this. If you believe in coincidences, how do you clean dirty money? Obama and his wife Michelle famously signed a book deal estimated at $65 million in 2017. That's quite a lot. Shh, right? Now, says President Trump, it's time to investigate. All right, that's interesting. thing on this tweet, isn't it? I'll just hit this retweet. All right, that's a Breitbart news. All right, let's continue. So they really want Trump's taxes, and he's playing the game, right? He's leading them on. He's trolling them. He's poking at them. You can't see what I have here. You can't see, but at that time, and he ends up showing his taxes, and they're all clean. He says, "Okay, now my turn. I get to see yours." All right, next one, 3524. Reminder: POTUS retweeted a meme asking when the trials for treason will begin. That was from November 28th, which year? I think that's this year. I mean, that end of last year. Okay, the President of the United States retweeted the graphic. Pause, reread above. Pause, reread above again. Nature is unpredictable. Okay, well, let's reread this again. Now that Russia conclusion is a proven lie, when do the trials for treason begin? Reread it again. Now that the Russian collusion is a proven lie, when do the trials for treason begin? I would say now. Go back. Okay, we're down to our last two Q posts. 3525. The corn is now ripe for harvesting. There we go. Okay. Graphic. Out in the cornfield. All right. Was the corn ripe for harvesting? It is now. I guess that's what it's all about. It's like when do birds sing? When they're caged. When is it time to harvest the corn? When is the corn ripe for harvesting? Well, after we're on the offensive, it looks like. Now down below here, there is a kill brackets, right? And now we have some spaces in between, right? And then number 3. So we don't know how many spaces that is. We could say it's 2 spaces, but it's not proportional. Then a bunch over here on this side, and then decay. So 93 space decay. Well, I guess we're going to find out what that means. The last Q post for today, 3526. Qanon spreading in China. Where we go one, we go all. This is a worldwide movement. Worldwide. Retweeting. Okay, this is from Michelle Yu. Who? Wow. Our most recent Qanon series in Chinese, here, co-authored by Henry Sci-Fi, and I read by tens of thousands of Chinese worldwide. QAnon, where we go one, we go all. You know, freedom is not exclusive to America. Everyone in the whole world wants it. Socialism and communism was started without a doubt and is documented by those that worship Lucifer. I give him the credit for this. How can it be anything other than evil? Chinese people are not evil. And who hoisted communism upon them? That was the original Bilderberg name came out from a reporter that went to the Bilderberg Hotel as a waiter and was waiting on all of these power people from around the world that came there. And their discussion was putting communism in place worldwide, starting in China. Chiang Kai-shek was bringing democracy to China. That was the plan. After the Bilderberg meeting, cut off, and now it was all about Mao, and the CIA flipped on it. Went to Mao and supported Mao. and turned on Chiang Kai-shek. So in the website, with our website, www.g1wga.love, in the forums, I have things broken up into sections, and one is about the war in the front line against the deep state religion, socialism, communism, and satanic worship. This is one thing, and they're not separate. And we have to drive it out worldwide. China has to elect to move beyond communist system. Look what the communism did. What is the first thing that they did in the Great Purge? Is they eliminated all of the people that had any education. All they left was with farmers. You were an engineer. You were a doctor, a scientist, religious scholar. Anyone was killed. Now, it took China a long time to build up that those people that had enough education. Where did they go? They had to go out to schools around the world. They go back to China. And China has been rebuilt. But the system of communism is something that is evil. And that needs to be moved beyond. It's up to them for when they're going to decide to do it. But I think that we're seeing that the signs of this are happening around the world. I think what was going on in Venezuela was another maneuver by Trump, where it looked like the deep state was up in arms to make war, right? But really, that was a maneuver by Trump to push things into a way where they can move past these things. It's time for us in the whole world to come together. I think, it is time for a one world financial system that is abundance for everybody, every country, every individual. But also we have to respect freedom for everybody. Well, that's the end of our Q posts for today. Stop sharing my screen over there. Again, I share my screen over here, not over here. Camera 1 and Camera 2. Where we go one, we go all love channel. This is the Dan Lutz channel. All right, so let us see what time is it. Well, we don't really have much time for questions today. I'll take a quick look, see if there's anything that pops up in our chat room. Again, put a Q, and then your question. Q. So from M. Carlson, why does the broadcast stop in the middle and start loading? Internet connection, buffering. Next. I'm really going through fast, finding cues. I'm not reading anything other than cues. Get through this all today. Q. When will Tui be back on? Good question. Tui's been busy. In Fiji. My guess, if you recall, he said that there's all these leaders from the other islands all coming together. Australia, Marshall Islands, Cook Island, Congo. So maybe they're a little busy. But anyway, I'll send out the link to him in the Dank Live, which is up in about 10 minutes, maybe 15, 20, depending on Tank. No, it will be on this channel on Camera 1. I will not be simulcasting that. I'm only simulcasting the front lines. So we'll check that out soon enough if Tui's available to come on. Questions? Yeah, I'm not reading, just looking for the cues. All right, that was it. 40 watching over here, 14 watching over there, total of 54. Welcome to, please subscribe, please contribute on the www.g1wga.love website. That's the information down below. Please join me there, $1.11 a month. $888 a month or $99.99 a year. So $99.99 a year is coming in. It's always gives me a very big boost. So it's a supercharge. So please, if you're thinking about that, go for that. But I appreciate $1.11 a month. Those are what we can build up over time to where we literally can build what Glenn Beck has built with Blaze TV. We can get there. We can do that, but we need all to come together. So please do what you can when you can. Share the links. We're fighting the shadow banning, so we gotta take it and go with it. I was thinking of starting to give people cryptocurrencies for each of the each time they shared a link. Trying to figure out how to do that, but that would have been one idea. So we'll get there. But for right now, I appreciate everything everyone's doing. I think everyone in the chat rooms, I appreciate everything you guys say. In the Telegram group, there was a question that came up. Jimmy had included me into a Telegram group. I just want to say this to Jimmy. All right, I didn't mind being in a group with you, but here's the issue. I'm in so many groups, and it takes time for me to go through these. So when people include me into a group, I ask a question. Why am I included? What's the purpose of the group? And if it's just to receive links that I'm also getting in wwg1wga.love Telegram group, which I'm making that the channel to post to, that is a place where I would prefer to get all links. Otherwise, I have to go through the links here, and I have to go through the same links here, and then I have to go through the same links here. So if I get them coming at me in 5 different directions, did I catch them? I might miss something, right? That's why I prefer, to enhance this one place. It's okay to form groups. It's very important that we come together and have conversation. But if it's just about posting the same links over in a place I already have them, it's actually weighing on me, right, in time. So to go through that. So, but yeah, again, if there's a purpose for groups, I have groups that last for a day. I form groups a lot of times, so we need to coordinate with 3-4 people at one time, form a group, boom, it's done. It fades off, and sometimes that group comes back 6 months later because we have something else all to come together and talk about. But sharing links is, I think, is kind of hard. Like, so for example, if I want memes, right, I can search the whole internet. Right? If I had one place to find memes, it would be better. Now I've got 2 places I search memes. That's okay. It's limited, and I find a lot of good material. One of those places, American Intelligence Media, they put together videos of memes, and they're pretty amusing. We've got some creative people out there. All right. We're close to ending. Let's move on so I can get to Dank Live. Again, everyone, thanks for joining, and I hope to see you in Dank Live in the next half an hour. So it might be 5 minutes. It depends on what tank is. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Ending broadcast there. And